I'm very cynical about spirit science, and it always uh, behooves people that I listen to, like Bobby Hemmett and black metal, and um, there's another thing, um, both with a lot of discussion around magic, and I had an account on Scribd for a while. I was looking into things that people would ask me, why are you reading this book? Like, why do you want the knowledge? Are you going to use it? Like, do you plan on using it? And skeptical about spirit science is something that's set on, but it's not. I'm not skeptical about Bobby Hemmett. I still listen to death metal, not death metal, black metal, various genres of black metal. Then recently, this is fun. I never thought I was going to be that much of a metal person. And there was a time, I guess you could say, that I if I would have heard spirit science, I would have thought like, ooh, like, like, isn't it like in a time when you were interested in like Uri Geller, or if you wanted to know what, not like you were feeling his vibe. As a matter of fact, if you were offended by what's his name, Anton LaVey, then there's another reason why you might want to pick up a magazine. If you've seen his article in there, so what's this guy talking about, right? So what's this guy talking about? I wanted to see what this guy was talking about. So I wanted to see what this guy was talking about, Anton LaVey, right? Or something. That's an example. I didn't want to emulate. It was just like, what is it? Yo, what is that? Yo, what's that? But what was the other thing? People have been bringing up magic to me before. I didn't bring up magic to them, but they may have gotten the idea from the black metal speaker that little. I work in a noisy area by myself, so I get to listen to music. It's not I can't put headphones in because it'll alarm the supervisors in Cal OSHA, and they would whatever shit floats downstream, then and so people like, I have powers. I think they were meant to be facetious and meant for it to be a joke or something, but I sketched out a little bit. Like, you're talking spirit science. Like, this is not a pissing contest. This is not a competition. I'm not ensuing a challenge or anything. It's just like, and I should have said is because you mentioned power is to transform. Like, oh, you have power, transform. A transformer is all about like a converting into what AC/DC. It's just like electric power. It's power. Anytime you hear a lot of dialogue about power, power or transformation, you're gonna hear one or the other. Like, if it's about transformation, it's about producing power through your actions, through your message. Then if it's about power, then it's going to be about a transformer, like in the literal sense, on like a telephone pole. And the ways that you can transform is through rebirth, and the ways that you can be born is through the egg, or through humidity, or through death. Through transformation, and death is a transformation. It goes into scarier, like horror science fiction, like serial killers and crazy shit. So people don't want to touch it because it's like, these might be beautiful thoughts, but they're also awe-inspiring, or what's it called, Invectus. It's like the monstrous soul. The As a matter of fact, there's a character in one of the Silence of the Lambs trilogy or something, or I don't know if it's a trilogy, but he liked to put mirrors in people's eyes so they killed them. Then when he looked at them, it would look like they were alive after the transformation. And so spirit science could be a real fucking mess of a thing, like, then just, and plus some of the spirit science people in conscious communities have turned out to be the biggest molesters. So I don't trust it. So I mean, people have to be careful, because that has nothing to do with what you mean. Like, you probably heard me talking about something that I heard from Brother Panic maybe one day, or you heard black metal on my little speaker, or but in black metal they might say something about black magic or something, but they're being provocative, and black magic is actually just ignorance and deceitfulness, and people that are practicing deceit don't really know the energies that they're working with. So they don't even know the energies they're working with, and it's common, and they're not being smart. So it's just ill-advisable, or it just turns out to be not a very good idea. And you can rise through ritual, and the thing about that, ritual tells people that you have a problem. But if that's what you're trying to do, you see what I'm saying? Like, let's be real about this. People need to reflect on themselves to see what can be worked on. What the magic is truly described as being able to leave an impression on your psyche, or it can be used to open up portals. That's the sigil magic, and that's a lot of mesmerism. There's even the maturity part of the mature mesmerist that is I mean, like, I think the ladies kind of dig that, like, anyways, they're another dimension. I don't disagree with them. I just don't get into all that talking about other men. When you talk about other men, it tells people that you have a boss, and you, was that? I don't know. It's funny. Damien Dash. He was saying.